First of all, welcome to the May meeting of the Lancaster area Woodturners. We have one new member tonight, Carl. And what's the spelling on your last name?
Brockwitz, Brachwitz, Brockwitz.
Okay. Carl's also a member, I guess, for some years with Keystone.
Yeah.
And he has a gorgeous piece of wood here to talk about on show and tell tonight. I think, isn't this little spalted piece yours?
Yeah, all three of those.
Okay, very pretty wood.
Actually, I have I want a couple of Hans Weisslog.
Okay, well,
that I'll show.
We'll get through them all.
Yep.
First of all, the minutes from last month's meeting are on the Woodturners website, broken down into the business and show and tell, and look at the business part if you have any issues with the business we conducted. Tool committee is, I thought Matt would be here. Anyhow, the tool committee has generated, or Ron's here from it. They've generated a list of the things that we need or would like to have to not only to complete the 3 workstation, but also general tools and safety and cleanup stuff for the shop. I'm going to be sending out a copy of it, it's a spreadsheet, and you can see who has already identified where something can be purchased. And if you go on down, you'll see the more commonplace things like drill bits and such, that if you have some laying around that you're not using, you can go ahead and donate them to the club. I have a Craftsman toolbox that's just been gathering dust and is sitting empty under my workbench. I'm going to be bringing that up here, and we can start filling it with Allen wrenches, screwdrivers, hex wrenches, and such. Lathe stands. If you notice, our 2 mini lathes are on kind of makeshift supports right now. And then the jet lathe has been, we have to weigh it down or something. So we're making lathe stands that will position the 3 lathes we have at the back of the room at the same spindle height as the Powermatic here, which I think is 44.5 inches. Kind of tall, but we're also making some 2-inch thick foam filled booster pads so that if you're my height.
Vertically challenged.
What's that? Vertically challenged. You can pull a platform out, or 2 platforms if you're severely vertically challenged, and raise yourself up. We couldn't think of a way, or I couldn't think of a way to make the lathe stand vertically adjustable and not introduce all kind of rickety shaking. So they will be brought in next week, and hopefully by the open shop, which is not this coming Saturday, but the open shop is the 2nd Saturday of each month. So that will be the 13th, I think it is. 13th or 14th? 13th, from 9 to 12. Hopefully the 3 lathes will be mounted on the lathe stands and they'll be good to go. Ready for the treasurer's report.
And the treasurer's report is not exact tonight because I got too busy with other stuff. But when I looked at it this morning, we had $5,080 in the bank account. And I think I probably have about $120 in my pocket that people have given me for 2 new members' dues and wood sales. So we probably have about $5,300 to work with. We have outstanding checks for $250 to Ron for the gizmo, the grinder stand that we just brought in, or the grinding setup. And we owe Barry an unknown amount of probably around $400 for the stuff that he's building, the lathe stands that he's building. So when that dust all settles, we'll still have about $4,500 to work with.
Barry, you were talking about the toll committee, maybe you want to bring that up for the.
Oh, yeah, one of the things identified was the grinder. And either last month or 2 months ago, somebody identified that you had what was it, another club or?
Came from Susquehanna Club, yeah,
Okay,
woman up there. The Wolverine jig, the box is still sealed. She cut the seal on a box whenever I was there. She had the grinder out, but she never used it. So these are brand new equipment.
Doug, you turn the camera around on it there.
And $250. And now I set it up on board. It's all ready to go. Plug it in and sharpen your tools. It's all ready.
It's not on a permanent stand. That's something else we're gonna have to
Yeah.
get to. But it's essentially new, and I know the grinder itself now is about $180. And I don't know how much the Wolverine jig costs. For the complete outfit, it's around 200, isn't
Well,
it?
that Woodcraft sells that set up for $300.
Okay,
Grinder, and the Wolverine jig and so forth. We got the $250.
okay. We'll be happily accepting donations of the cash variety. If you want to think in that direction, along with donating tools that you don't need to the club. That's both lathe tools and shop tools to keep us working. So with that, we'll go ahead and move on to the June demo. What will it be called? What's your work? You're going to do the right, Angelo? You're doing the June demo.
We're gonna go through the steps for the magic trick, the magic box.
Oh, okay. That's going to be interesting. Angelo has a lot of experience of turning these magic magician's aids, if you will, and magician's act. He'll be up here turning them for us. This month we have John Kelsey. I want to say something about his demonstration being both attractive and repulsive. Just playing on the magnetic theme, but I was afraid it would get taken the wrong way. I was sure it'd get taken the wrong way. Yeah. Anyhow, in a few minutes we'll be getting to that, but right now it is sometimes we have our club meeting, our club picnic in June, sometimes in July. This time we're going to have it in July. But I looked at the calendar and it turns out that the first Tuesday of the month in July is actually July 4th. And so I would like to not have I would not like to have to compete to try to find a picnic area on the same night as July 4th celebrations near a park where fireworks are being set off that night. And so what do you all think about moving the meeting to the second Tuesday of the month or to Wednesday of the first week? Let me see a show of hands for the following Wednesday. Following Tuesday, I'm sorry. That would be the 11th of July. Okay, the majority raised their hands. So the July meeting will be July 11th, and it will actually be at the Kiwanis picnic area. I think it's got an East Petersburg address, but it might be a Lidditz address. I'll send a map out to you guys. Same place as last year. Yeah, same pavilion as last year, not just the same area. All right. There was one important thing I failed to put on my list here. And I've asked Ron, who's always been our coordinator and head people runner for the Mid-Atlantic Woodturning Symposium. I've asked him to talk to you guys a little bit about it coming up in September. And on a personal level, I want to see some of the younger guys in the club volunteer to help on the setup and takedown. It just doesn't fit well with this particular 75-year-old guy to do that for too many hours. So Ron, if you will talk about it.
75, you're young.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you do it.
Well, yeah, I've been on the board since Mid-Atlantic was started. Well, in fact, I was involved in the original of the thing. But basically what my job has been since we've been having it at the Marriott is renting a truck and hauling the lathes in. And I've done that for the last 4 years, 5 years. So a couple of years back now, we moved all the equipment, the videos and all of those other items that we have into a storage over on off of Route 30, right? Not far from where Costco is. So what we really need, what we do is I'll rent a truck on a Thursday before the symposium starts. We got to go over to the storage room. It's a 10 by 10 storage, but it's packed full of stuff. We get a 16-foot box truck and fill that truck and take it down to the hotel and drop it off and take it up to the 3rd floor of the hotel. Now the truck has a hydraulic lift, so there's no lifting. All the equipment is in wooden crates that have wheels on, and we roll it in, roll it out, roll it up on the hydraulic lift, put it up in the truck, same way over at the hotel, drop it down and put in a freight elevator and take it up to the 3rd floor. The effort is involved in just pushing these heavy crates around. So it is a task. Generally, it would take 4 guys or 5 guys to load and move the equipment. Then we drop it off at the hotel. Then we'll have 2 or 3 guys or more helping to move the equipment in the hotel. So that's really what we need. I've been putting together the list for volunteers to help with all of the volunteer effort to run the show. If you have never been to a symposium, you really need to think about going, because it's exposes you to a lot of good turning instruction. The other good part about it, we have a pretty effective and complete tool show where you can actually pick up the tools and just look at them, you see them. You look at them in a catalog, yeah, you get an idea what they are. But when you have it in your hand, that's a whole lot different. And they're there, all the vendors there, you can talk to them, buy your equipment, supplies, tools that you need. So I'm just encouraging people, sign up for the symposium and give the okay whenever I ask for volunteers, and I'll be putting out information probably starting in July. August, we really got to get hot on it. I don't know the exact date this year. I think it's late September.
22nd through the 24th.
24th?
22 through 24.
22 of September, yeah, okay. So it runs 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So whenever you see the information coming out, take a look at it and step up. Angela, yeah.
You know, that's the storage area that you have, is it that the one on Old Philadelphia Pike? Up the road from
Premier Storage. No, it's off of
you know what, Habitat for Humanities, yeah, in there.
right next to Habitat Restore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can copy in. You gonna let us your lathe this year? No.
Okay.
If you want it, you can have it.
Okay, so
If you want it, you can have it.
just wanted to fill everybody in on that and be looking for the volunteers.